All right, first of all, y'all, before we get into this one, I have to say a huge thank you to everybody who helped me hit 5,000 subs on YouTube. We're past the 5,000 sub mark. Right now, we are at a little over 5,140, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for helping me get halfway to my goal of 10,000 subs. I hope that y'all will consider subscribing after this one because I've been waiting on this one. I know this is one that a lot of people have been asking me for. And there's a reason why I waited, and I hope that this is going to be worth the wait for you. So, full disclosure before we start, I have seen this before. I'm familiar with this remix. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. This is Home Free, and it's the Butts medley. Let's go.
Oh, my God, Timmy. Look at her butt. It's so big. Looks like a country boy's girlfriend.
Country boy.
Hustler shooting 8-ball, throwing darts at the wall. Feeling damn near 10 feet tall. Here she comes, Lord help us all. OTW's girlfriend done slapped him out his chair. Poor old boy, it ain't his fault. It's so hard not to stare at that honky tonk. But don't get
What? Okay, hold up. So the bass line is definitely from Baby Got Back. The lyrics are definitely honky tonk badonkadonk. If I recall correctly, and I may be wrong about this because I don't play a lot of country, not none, and I have played honky tonk badonkadonk before, but if I recall correctly, Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back is about 129 BPM. And Honky Tonk Badonkadonk, I think, is 126. So they're very close. If anything, they're probably doing Honky Tonk Badonkadonk just a little fast to help it catch up with the tempo for Baby Got Back. Because since Baby Got Back is the higher tempo, it's going to be the higher energy track. So if I was responsible for arranging this, I would make the conscious choice of being like, no, let's do Honky Tonk a little faster, just to keep that energy up going into the beginning part of the mix. Now, that whistle sound, I know that I know that song. What song is that? Wiggle. So we've already heard 3 songs. Obviously the intro. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt, right? From Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back, which, by the way, not to like name drop, but I have definitely opened for Sir Mix-a-Lot a couple of times in my career, and I'm like super blessed to have had a chance to like hang out with the dude. He's so freaking nice. Like, he's such a really, really good dude, an incredible producer. And I'm here to tell you, like that dude, like, I'm not saying that dude has a lot of energy for his age on stage. I'm saying that, like, for any age, that guy would wreck a lot of young artists on stage right now, because that guy's energy and stage presence is like nothing I've ever seen before. The guy is phenomenal on stage to this day. Nothing but great things to say about Sir Mix-a-Lot. Y'all can take it from me. The dude is an incredible talent and an incredible leader in hip hop. But I digress. So we got Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back. We definitely have Wiggle. And then we have Honky Tonk Badonkadonk. So 3 songs so far. I'm curious how many songs they're going to shoehorn into this Butts remix. I know there's a lot more, but I don't remember how many because it's been a minute. So let's find out.
keeping perfect rhythm, make you wanna swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And ooh-wee, shut my mouth, slap my grandma. There ought to be a law, get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how'd she even get them britches on with that honky tonk? Double up, patty cake with no hands. Got me in the club, make a wedding plan. If I take pictures while you do your dance, I can make you famous on Instagram. Hi, damn it, her booty like 2 planets. Go ahead and go ham sandwich. Whoa, I can't stand it, cause you know what to do with the big fat butt, big fat butt.
Yeah, that's Wiggle.
Big fat butt.
A little scratching.
Take me home tonight.
Hey!
Down
beside that red firelight. Queen!
Oh, you're gonna let it all hang out. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
So, okay, here's a fun fact. Queen's Fat Bottom Girls is about 109 BPM, which is obviously quite a bit slower than the 129 we're at for Baby Got Back. I wouldn't even be surprised if they're pushing the tempo a little bit up to like 130, because like a difference of a single BPM, like it's real hard to tell. You're going to feel a little higher energy coming out of the track, but you're not going to be able to like, listen, I've been doing this 20 years and I couldn't sit there and be like, oh, that's 129 and that's 130. Unless I know the track because I've played it 1,000 times in the club, right? Like that, like I did this when I did the Daft Punk medley for the Pentatonix fans out there. Like I was pulling BPMs out of my head, and the only reason why I know those BPMs for those Daft Punk songs is because I played them 1,000 times in the track, and knowing your BPM is a big part of being a DJ and being able to mix music live. So like I need to know the tempo of these tracks because you can't mix two tracks that are two different speeds. You have to match them up. That's a big part of what DJing is. So I know not only from years of DJing, but also because when I was in high school and I was playing the Barry saxophone in my pep band, Fat Bottom Girls was basically a Barry sax feature. Like I had that really growly riff that like if you listen to the original Fat Bottom Girls, it's a guitar riff. But because of the way that our band was made up in Pep Band, I ended up taking that guitar riff and it sort of became like a de facto solo because it was supposed to be me and the trombones, but the trombones couldn't always keep up. So I'm very, very familiar with Fat Bottom Girls, probably more familiar with Fat Bottom Girls than almost any other song in this mix so far. And like I said, I've opened for Shamix a lot. Like, I've been on stage with that dude doing that song, Baby Got Back. So, like, I'm even more familiar with Fat Bottom Girls. So they definitely were pushing the tempo of Fat Bottom Girls to try and keep up with that bass line, because that bass line tempo didn't change much. I think they slowed it down just a little to try and, like, meet Fat Bottom Girls kind of somewhere in the middle. But Fat Bottom was definitely a lot faster here. And then, obviously, we're into Baby Got Back.
Can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough cause you notice that butt was stuffed. Deep in the jeans she's wearing, I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby.
Hold up.
Baby got back.
I wonder, I want to back that up just a little bit because I want to hear that scratching again, because that scratching was pretty on point. Let me hear that again. Actually, hang on a second. You know what? Let me see how accurate that really is. Hold on. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Pretty accurate. Where were we? About here. Song.
Probably sing it again.
She had dumps like a truck, flies like what, all night long. Let me see that thong. Baby, make your booty go da-da-da. Baby, know you wanna show. That thong. Country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake
Into Country Girls, yeah.
girl, shake it for me.
Country Girls is another one of those tracks that like came out just a few years ago, but like was an instant classic and like blew up dance floors everywhere. Like kind of came out of nowhere, honestly, because like before Country Girls came out, we had like Watermelon Crawl, we had Honky Tonk Badonga Donk, but both of those songs have been out for a really long time. I remember playing those songs like pre-2010. Like I was playing those in the wedding industry before I got into clubs in 2009. So like I know that both Honky Tonk and Watermelon Crawl are older songs at this point. Country Girls is a couple years old at this point, but like is definitely a lot newer than those other songs. But man, that song came out of nowhere and was a massive, massive banger. But here's a funny story about the Thong Song. I actually I wasn't on stage with Sisqó, but he was at a party at the club that I worked at, and I ended up getting to chat with the dude for a little while. It was right when Enter the Dragon Part 3 was about to drop in, I want to say 2012. And it was really funny the way that I met Sisqó. So I'm 6'4", okay? I'm a big dude. Not just like horizontally, but I'm also a big dude vertically, right? And I step onto the elevator to go downstairs because there's another DJ on stage that's playing on my turntables. And so I was like, all right, well, my turntables are in good hands. I don't need to babysit them because the guy knows what he's doing. So I was going to go downstairs and kind of check in with some other staff, maybe hit the bathroom because I like the bathrooms downstairs better than the ones upstairs. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So I get on the elevator, and as I'm like waiting on the elevator, there's a hand, this massive hand, reaches out and grabs the elevator door and holds it open. And this dude, I'm 6'4". This dude that stepped onto the elevator must have been 7'10". I may be exaggerating a little bit, but this dude was way bigger than me. He was much, much taller and made of absolutely pure muscle. And this dude steps onto the elevator and then steps to the side while holding the elevator door, and in walks Sisqó. I kid you not, I want to say like 5'3" of the man himself, Mr. Thong Song, steps onto the elevator, and it's me, Sisqó, his bodyguard, who I figured out pretty quickly that was his bodyguard. And this dude was, like I said, very intimidating, even to a 6'4" dude like myself. And then this girl steps on to the elevator, and the elevator closed. So it's the four of us, and we're riding the elevator down. We're not for long, like only like 2 levels or whatever. And as we're riding down, the girl has had a few drinks, and she's like, you know, a little tipsy. You get tipsy in the club and whatnot. And she's like trying to figure out why the little dude with the really shiny necklace has such a big bodyguard. And so she's looking at him. She goes, are you like someone special or something? And I swear to God, Sisqó had the best answer to this question. He goes, I'm just a carbon-based life form like everybody else. And I, as a professional DJ, knew exactly who the hell I was in an elevator with. And I could not stop I started laughing so, like, I had to keep it in. I had to try so hard not to just outright burst out laughing, because this girl was in an elevator with me and Sisqó. Never mind me. Like, I'm a DJ. Like, nobody cares who I am. But she's in an elevator with Sisqó, and she just looks him up and down and is like, are you special? Who are you? Man, I love that story. So we get off the elevator, and then a little bit later on in the night, we get back upstairs, and Sisqó's at the VIP bar grabbing another round of drinks. I get a chance to chat with him for a second. He tells me about the new album coming out, introduces me to his manager. Manager passes me a business card. It was just an incredibly cool interaction that I had with, by the way, another incredibly nice, incredibly humble dude. Straight up millionaire, world-class talent, humble as hell. I got nothing but nice things to say about Sir Mix-a-Lot, and I'm telling you right now, I got nothing but nice things to say about Sisqó. Anyway, we are on to Country Girls, and we are about 2/3 of the way through the Butts remix.
Country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. With that honky tonk,
Ba-donk-a-donk.
keeping perfect rhythm, make you wanna swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong.
Where's that man's shirt?
And shut my mouth. thong, thong, thong. There ought to be a law.
Yeah.
Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how'd she even get them riches on?
Fat
bottom girl, shake it for me. Fat bottom girls.
Okay. That man was wildly underdressed for that venue. And loving every minute of it. You could see on his face just how incredibly, like, uncomfortably comfortable that man was in that tiny set of overalls. But also, so getting back to the technical side of things. So Thong Song is about 126, which is about the same tempo, I think, as Honky Tonk Badonkadonk. And with Fat Bottom Girls is kind of like the outlier here. I think actually Country Girls, I think, is like 128, 126, 128, right in kind of in that same area of tempo. So the fastest song that I heard in this mix was actually Baby Got Back, which they kept that bass line going through most of the remix for Baby Got Back. That doom 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 doom. That's Baby Got Back all day long. So the fact that they got Country Girls in there, they got Honky Tonk Badonkadonk in there for the country folks, because obviously Home Free is a country a cappella group. They gotta give a big nod to the country folks. Plus, country music has some club bangers that talk about butts. So why would you not want to include those? Thong Song is such a wonderful throwback to the early days of my DJ career, because I started DJing when Thong Song was new, y'all. No, I take that back. I started DJing before Thong Song came out. I started in 98. I think Thong Song came out in 2004? I think it came out the same year as Yeah by Usher, which I think was 2004. Hey, y'all, Future Switch here. I was just in the middle of editing, and I decided rather than trying to go through and correct myself at every turn, I would just take a quick second to make a couple of adjustments, just because as I'm editing, I'm watching this thing and I'm just I sound like such an idiot. So Fat Bottom Girls is actually about 88 BPM. The tempo does fluctuate a bit because a lot of those older rock songs were never were never recorded to a metronome. They just would record by feel. And so, a lot of older rock songs like Fat Bottom Girls don't have a consistent tempo like a lot of modern computer music does. But is around 88 or so, which means I was way off at 109. It's not 109 BPM. The reason why I had 109 in my head is because that mix that I was referring to, the mix that I referred to that goes from Fat Bottom Girls to Eye of the Tiger, goes from 93, which is a little faster than 88, and that slides up to 109, which is where Eye of the Tiger ends up, which I think is actually a little fast for Eye of the Tiger. But like I said, you push the tempo a little bit faster to get that extra bit of energy to squeeze out of the track. Anyway, Country Girls is at 106. So it's actually really impressive that I was thinking that it was faster than it is, because it fits so well with the rest of the mix that the boys were doing. And Wiggle, I know that Wiggle is 82. And that one I know for sure. So Wiggle at 82, Fat Bottom Girls at 88. They're bringing some slower tunes in, and they're really playing with the tempo to make them work with that bass line from Baby Got Back, which is definitely 129. So just goes to show you even more impressively how the boys from Home Free were able to work in some songs that really have no business being mixed with each other, and yet they made it sound so effortless and so seamless. So my hat's off to the boys. Well done on the Butts remix. Far more technical than I think a lot of folks realize. Anyway, back to current Switch. But man, just a phenomenal mix of great tunes. Honestly, it felt a little bit like these guys were kind of ripping off my set. I still play a lot of those songs to this day. Fat Bottom Girls is such a great one, especially because I have a mix that goes it's like Queen's Fat Bottom Girls, and it mixes, it's like slides the tempo up into Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. That's a fun track to hit people with, especially if it's a crowd that really likes rock music and they're not expecting it on a dance floor. Every once in a while, you hit them with some like grungy rock guitars, and the rock heads in the crowd, even if they're there to dance, if you just hit them with a little bit of rock, it goes a long way for those crowds. But man, what a fun mix. And I hope you all had a good time with this one. Thank you again to everybody for the 5,000 subs. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I hope if you're not subscribed, I hope you'll consider subscribing here at youtube.com/DJSwitchPDX. I have new content in the works. Not only do I have more music reacts that I want to do, but I'm actually going to start getting into doing some tech videos too. I'm going to start making some recommendations. In fact, I have a whole bunch of really great music tech that's under $50. That's like I can easily recommend most of it with a couple of caveats, but I'm working on building out a video for that because I want to get back to doing tech videos too. Like I've talked about before, and I'm hopefully going to be able to release a channel trailer here soon to kind of talk about it a little more in depth. But for me, my entire life and the whole reason why I became a DJ has been about the marriage of music and technology. And that's what I want this channel to be about. Music and technology, both of them. Those are the two things that married together for me that made me want to become a DJ when I was 14 years old, y'all. And so to have 5,000 people be like, yo, this guy is interesting enough that I want to come back and see some more of his stuff. I truly can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you all for waiting on the Butts Remix. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you to those that have yet to subscribe. Make sure if you're not, that you're following me on Facebook.com and Instagram.com/DJSwitchPDX. And last but not least, make sure that you check out Twitch.tv/DJSwitchPDX, where I'm streaming at least 3 nights a week. That's Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sunday nights. Wednesday, Friday, we're doing a music show at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Sunday nights at 7 o'clock Pacific, we've got a podcast show. It's me and my road manager. We're talking about all things tech and nerd culture. The show is called Artificial Intelligence, and I'm really proud of it. And that's what we're doing on Sunday nights over at twitch.tv/DJSwitchPDX. So Wednesday, Friday, music, Sunday podcast, twitch.tv/DJSwitchPDX. I hope to see you there. And until next time, thanks again.